Welcome YouTube family. My name is Eric. This is the Eric Evolving channel. If you're not yet subscribed, you know what to do. Go ahead and subscribe right now. So, I want to first say thank you guys all for all the congratulations on purchasing my new house down here in Tampa, Florida. I really appreciate it. I knew a lot of people would be happy for me, so I was very happy to see that. So for everyone who left a congrats or sent me an email or a text or something like that, thank you. I really do appreciate it. So in that video, I said I would go over the process and give a review, kind of like a review of Bettercom and their process. So that's what I'm going to do today. I have some notes down here, so if you see me looking down, that's what it is. So here we go.
Wagwan.
So for those of you who don't know, I moved here from New York to Tampa, Florida over a year ago, and with the thought in mind that I wanted to purchase a house if I liked the Tampa Bay area. But I came to a point where I was coming to the end of my lease at my apartment, and I was thinking about purchasing, but I wasn't sure what I would qualify for or even if I would qualify. So I finally came to the decision that it would make sense for me to apply just to see where I am. So the thought process was that I would probably get denied, but at least it would give me an idea as to what I needed and how I would have to proceed to kind of make myself be in the ultimate position at the 2-year mark. So so the decision was made to go ahead and apply. So I didn't want to go to a person to apply. I didn't want to go to a local broker to apply. So I decided I wanted to do like Rocket Mortgage. So I did a search on YouTube just to get other people's feedback and see what the process was for Rocket Mortgage. And one of the search results came back for this gentleman, and I'll put his video here. He was doing a review on this company called Bettercom. Never heard of the company prior to this, but this gentleman, even though he was doing a refinance, he had a really good experience with Better. So I checked out the website, did a little research, realized that the company was legit. On the website, it looked like the process was pretty straightforward. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put in an application again, just to see where I was. So starting off the process, the website was pretty intuitive. They ask you, straightforward questions about, things that you wanted. So were you looking for to purchase a new home? Where were you in the purchasing process and all that good stuff? So, and they also offer different types of loans. I was interested in a conventional loan, and they offered those types of loans with as little as 5% down. They also showed a number of different rate options. So you could choose from a higher rate and get money towards closing, or you could choose a lower rate and then pay points at closing. And then of course you had your in-between where you didn't have to pay anything at all. So I was happy to see how transparent they were, providing the different options. One thing that I was really impressed by as well was that I did not have to provide my full Social Security number to do a hard hit on my credit in order to get a pre-approval or to get kind of like a decision from them, like an initial decision whether or not I'd be pre-approved or not. So I was really impressed by that, was really happy with that. So only the last 4, they were able to pull some information like my score and all that stuff and gave me a pre-approval. So after they did that, I got my pre-approval. I was really excited with the pre-approval that I received. So at that point, the pre-approval also gave me some ideas as to what the closing costs were going to be. So closing costs were going to be a little bit high. There's no extra fees from Bettercom, but just overall purchasing a house, the closing costs can be pretty high. So I was looking at about $20,000 in closing costs. So I needed to get as much help as I possibly could in kind of reducing those fees. I figured one way would be having the person that I was purchasing the house from take care of some of those costs, but there's also going to be costs that I would have to take care of. So one of the things that Bettercom presented after my pre-approval was the option to work with Better Real Estate. And if I worked with a Better Real Estate agent, I would be able to get $2,000 towards my closing costs. So again, needing as much help as I could get, I decided, you know what, I would go with that option of working with a Better Real Estate agent just to get that extra $2,000 credit. After choosing that option, I was contacted within 24 hours by an agent. Luckily, this agent, he is actually local and actually lives in the Wesley Chapel area, have kids that are in school, and he was able to give me some good insights about the area. So his kid is actually the same age as mine. They're in the same grade and everything like that. So he really kind of gave me a lot of good information about the area. And I was surprised as well that he actually wanted to kind of get the ball rolling right away. We spoke about what I wanted and everything like that, but he wanted to kind of get started right away showing me property. So I was still hesitant about the entire process and even going through it like that, looking at places, because I really kind of felt like I would be wasting people's time. So I sent him some listings that I saw on Zillow that I liked. He immediately set up showings for them, and I started, looking at homes. So after looking at about 10 homes, ranging from new construction, resales, single family, townhomes, looking in different neighborhoods, I knew what I wanted. I had a pretty solid idea of what I wanted. And as I said in one of the previous videos, I put in an offer on one house in the community that I liked, and that house was sold within 24 hours, so I didn't get it. And then luckily, the house that I purchased now came back on the market because someone financing fell through. So immediately I saw the house, put in an offer, and the process was started at that point. So after going back and forth with the seller and getting the offer accepted, you go back onto Bettercom, and there's a place there to put that you have an accepted offer. So after I checked off the box to say I had an accepted offer, that's when things really start going on the loan side of things. So they then requested that I lock in my rate. So remember before I said you had the option of choosing a higher rate and getting money back at closing, or a lower rate and paying points. Well, this was the time now to lock in a particular rate that you wanted. So I went ahead and locked something right in the middle, locked in the rate, and by locking in the rate, I also had to order the appraisal on the property that I chose. So after ordering after locking in my rate, that's when kind of like the entire process really started going. So on Bettercom, and again, it's very intuitive. The website is very easy to use, very intuitive. They gave me a list of tasks that I had to complete. These list of tasks ranged from providing a copy of your ID, to your tax returns, to W-2s, to even pay stubs, just a real list of items that they need to kind of further qualify you or approve you. So after about a week of providing that information and everything is done online. Nothing was had to be mailed or faxed. Everything I was able to just upload online. So after providing all that information, that took about a week. My loan then moved to underwriting. So while that process was going on, I also ordered an inspection on the home. That cost me about $400. They did an overall inspection and then a pest inspection as well. Then the underwriting process started. Then I got another list of tasks that I had to complete. This list now included explanation of different transactions in my bank account, a letter from my employer that said that I was given the okay to work from home, and a range of other things. Again, that whole process took maybe another week of providing them with information and everything like that. And then that's where I ran into a roadblock and my loan was essentially denied. So after running into this roadblock, talking to my realtor, talking to his friend that's a broker, I went back to Bettercom, and I had to essentially provide them with some additional documentation. The long and short of the story is that I had another loan that was that I was a co-signer on, and essentially I had to prove that I wasn't paying that loan out of my bank account. So I had to get bank statements from the other person that's co-signed on the loan that showed that they have been paying this loan for the last 12 months out of their bank account, and of course they've been paying it on time. So I got that information provided to them, and some other little information as well. And then my loan kind of got going again. So my loan was revived, brought back from the dead. So at that point, after getting all that information, they processed all that information, I was given a conditional approval. So the conditional approval meant at this point that they had essentially verified all my financial information, everything that I had provided to them, everything was verified, and they were okay with giving me a loan unless they found anything new, if I opened up a new line of credit or anything like that, or if something didn't check out with the house, whatever paperwork, whatever title and whatever else they needed. If everything checked out, I didn't do anything, then we should be approved. But that's when I got that conditional approval. So at the point when I got the conditional approval, I was very happy, very excited. At this point, I was about 20 days into the loan process of this whole thing. Again, was very happy, very excited, but for some reason, with me, I'm almost always thinking the worst and feel like I never, it's not gonna happen, right? Like I don't know why, but that's just kind of my mindset. I'm just like, I still felt like something was gonna come up that was gonna kind of knock everything out. And when my loan was initially denied, like in my head, I was like, I knew this was gonna happen. Like I knew something was gonna happen. So even after getting the conditional approval, I was like, man, I still feel like there's something that's going to happen, right? So essentially after getting the conditional approval, I read online and got some advice that, you essentially don't want to do anything at that point. Don't apply for any loans. Don't take out any large amounts out of your bank account. Don't get any large deposits from anyone at that point. Just essentially just freeze everything and just wait. So about 10 days or so into that process, and while this all was going on, we were still going back and forth with the on the real estate side on the house, just to kind of make sure that some things that were found in the inspection were taken care of. kind of adjusting the price based on what that place was appraised for and all this stuff. So while all that stuff was happening, and as I said, we got the conditional approval, the title companies, did what they had to do, provided all the correct loan documents and everything like that. Not loan documents, provided all the correct title and whatever information that the lender needed. I wasn't very involved in that process. It was just really the lender, Bettercom, working with the title company. So after they got all that information, and I guess maybe did kind of like a second check on my credit, and I also had to like sign paperwork that said, my employment or anything wasn't affected by COVID. After going through that, I was given the clear to close. So at this point, I was maybe about 30 days into the process, into the loan process at that time. I was given the clear to close. And again, being that I did not want anything to pop up to kind of cancel anything or whatever, I went ahead and scheduled my closing for as soon as possible with the title company. So I went to the title company, my real estate agent was there. The seller was not there at all. It was just myself, my son, the realtor, and a representative from the title company. They presented like 100 pieces of paper that I needed to sign. Each one, the title company kind of explained a little bit about what it was and what I needed to do. However, in my clear to close, I did actually get that information, kind of giving me an idea of what I would be signing. So when I got there, I already kind of saw all that paperwork before because I had received it in email and reviewed it, but they just went over everything anyways, just kind of explained it to me. So explained it briefly. So went through, signed all the paperwork, and I will say at the title company it went pretty quickly, maybe about half an hour to an hour. Signed all the paperwork and given a set of keys, and I was a new homeowner. Just like that, I was a new homeowner, and very happy, very excited. So the entire process from looking at the house, from starting to putting in the loan application to actually getting approved and closing on the house probably took in total about 45 days in total. And I was very surprised, very happy, but very surprised at how straightforward the process was and how streamlined it was. I think Bettercom did a great job of just giving me these tasks that you had to do. So it wasn't, the process seemed a lot simpler because you are given a set of tasks to do. As you completed the task, you would see that they reviewed it and they said, okay, that's good. Or they would say, okay, we reviewed it and you need to provide some more information or explain some more or something like that. But it was just simple and straightforward. And the process worked great for me because I work on the computer all day. So a lot of the stuff I was able to just download, let's say download a statement from my bank, upload it to their website. And overall, I think Bettercom is a great option if you're looking to purchase a house. I think their process is pretty simple and straightforward. I'll say it like that. But that's it, man. I'm sure I tried to cover everything, but I know I must have probably missed something. So if you guys have any questions, please just leave it in the comment section below. I'd be happy to go over that with you. But yeah, man, that's it. That was the process I went through of becoming a homeowner here in Tampa, Florida. So again, any questions, leave them below. But thanks for watching the video, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. you.